Last year I ran the Dopey challenge, which is running 48 miles across 4 days. So you run a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, all back to back. And I told myself, I'm never doing it again. And then I signed up to do it again. You know the feeling? I was already starting to get sore during the half marathon last year. And then by the full marathon, it was brutal and it was hot. It's in January, but it was in the 70s and humid already. So I followed a good training plan last year, but I realized it was really focused on running. There was very little strength training. And so this year I decided I was gonna create a better plan from what I learned last year. And I'm gonna share it with you. If you wanna give advice to anyone else who sees this video or to myself, put it in the comments. I got 6 months to train for this. It feels like a long time, but it is a lot of effort to go from 240 pounds out of shape to running 48 miles. And I guess I should add, I signed up to run Dopey plus a half marathon the next weekend in Disneyland. So it's gonna be a total of 60 miles across 5 days of running. Something's wrong with me. So for any training plan, there has to be a clear vision of the goals. What am I trying to accomplish by this 48 miles? That way I can figure out what I need to do to get to that point. After last year, I realized just being able to run it is not enough. I wanna be able to run it, enjoy rides along the way, or to not be in so much pain, or to not worry about the balloon ladies who are the people who will sweep you off the course. I wanna go beyond just completing to being able to enjoy the entire run, which means a few things. I have to build up my endurance, I have to build up my strength, and I also have to prepare myself for the heat because it could be cold in January, but the last 2 years has been hot. So if it's cold, that's just a cherry on top and makes the run better. For the first 2 months, I'm gonna focus on strength training, and I'm also gonna work out in an infrared sauna doing high intensity workouts, mainly focus on cycling. These are 125 degrees, so that helps prepare me for the heat. The strength training is gonna help build my muscle strength before I even start running. I'm also gonna add yoga into the workout so that I get some stretching. I wanna reduce my chance of being injured, so the stretching becomes very, very important. When I get to August, I haven't really decided exactly what I wanna do yet. I left them blank on my sheet, but as of now, I really plan on continuing the strength exercising, replacing the cycling with running, and maybe doing some additional running on top of the strength exercising. Start building up some miles. Put in the comments what you feel I should do if you've run anything like this before. When I get into September, I'm gonna start following Hal Hidgen's plan, which is running almost every day. The first long run is a half marathon. This is intended for seasoned runners, which I hope to be by that point, but it is a lot of running. The longest distance I run is 20 miles, but I feel like I can build myself up to this. The key is going to be focus on building strength, losing weight, and getting used to the heat. Even in August, it's gonna be brutally hot here, so running outside is gonna be intense. And I do want to emphasize the importance of strength training. A lot of times people start running and they think running is all they need to do. That's it. Strength training is very important, as well as things like yoga. You'll stretch all your tendons and things like that so you don't get injured, you don't hurt your ankles or anything of that nature. So it is important to do those. I didn't do those last year and I really regretted it. There's 2 other things that are gonna be really important to my training plan just to keep me motivated over the next 6 months. The first being rest and recovery. I have to take time to rest and recover. I have to give my body time to adapt. Though I have my workouts 7 days a week, the yoga is intended to be a lighter, more rest day. It isn't going to be some extreme yoga that is overwhelming. The next thing is I've also signed up for races along the way. That way I can actually see how I'm doing. That way I can see my progression. It does get boring just running in circles by yourself, especially when you're running for 4, 5, 6 hours. It's gonna be important to do a race along the way. I signed up for one in November, the Disney Wine and Dine, so I can see how I'm progressing. And that will be a part of my long runs on that week. It does give me a little motivation, does remind me that the race days are a lot of fun, the energy of the people around you. I'm also doing keto to try to lose 45 pounds over the next 6 months, which is a challenge in of itself, which is gonna be interesting, and I'll figure it out because normally you eat sugar and carbs to kind of boost you. So we'll see how keto does. So let me know, what challenge are you trying to conquer? As well as any tips or advice you wanna share with the community. If you're new, make sure and subscribe. I'll be giving some updates along the way, some things I learned, some things that worked, some things that didn't. Across 6 months, that's gonna happen. Make sure and like and share with your friends. Check out this video right here where I ran Dopey last year, and you can see my struggles and the things I'm trying to solve this year. See you in the next one.